The Kernel Podcast. Hosted by Noah Norton.
Something in the way. Something in the... What? You want to record an episode right now? Right now? Oh, we are recording an episode right now? Come on. Don't want to do this, Alfred. Okay. Hey, everyone. You want the glasses to come off, too. That's ridiculous. Fine. So bright in here. I've become a nocturnal being since the Batman came out. Staying up all night in Reddit, battling people who have takes that I don't like on the movie. Reddit's a big place, though. I can't be everywhere, but I could be anywhere. Dispensing justice to anyone who has a hot take and thinks that Pattinson didn't absolutely crush this role. This was a really good movie, and I'm going to be giving my spoiler review of The Batman 2022. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kernel News Podcast. As always, vengeance. Let's get into it. I'm trying out a new look. I just saw The Batman, got really inspired by Pattinson's performance, and decided to try a new look. I've already had dozens of girls walk up to me on the street, try to get my snap. I always say no. They're no Zoë Kravitz. And I don't settle for less than Zoë Kravitz. And even if I got Zoë Kravitz, I wouldn't settle with her either. That's the plight of being vengeance. The Reddit comes before me. And maybe it's too late to save Reddit, but I can. I know I can. Starting off with the movie, I love Robert Pattinson. We gotta talk about this. I love Robert Pattinson. His physique, his ride, his girl. Zoe, call me. You know what I like about him, though? He's not a role model. He's a cool guy, but he's not a role model. 3-hour runtime. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it at all. If I could, I would live in Bruce Wayne's head 24 hours a day. And in some ways, without the money and the success and the power, I already do. Bruce and I both realize it's when we're not the Batman, when we're not the movie review vengeance kernel monster that I am. We're nothing on the outside. Our secret identity is our identity. When he puts on the mask, and when I get behind my keyboard, that's who we are. I didn't really like Paul Dano's Riddler. It was creepy, but the Riddler as a character should be smarter than the audience. I figured it all out within, the 30-minute mark, Seawalls exploding, all of that. It was too obvious. I brought in a notebook to scribble down all my detective notes. I was saying the answers out loud, even before Batman was, to give you a sense of what kind of IQ we're dealing with. People were getting annoyed. They'd be like, oh, Noah. And I'd be like, I'm vengeance. And they're like, okay, vengeance. Yeah, we saw this in the trailer. Everyone knows the answer is justice. But I knew it immediately. That's what makes me different. That's what makes me scarred. I don't think anyone has made this comparison yet, but I think it is a good comparison to make. I'm probably the first person to really see this, but this movie feels influenced by Seven. 1995. If you don't know, it's a David Fincher kind of like indie flick. It feels a lot like the movie. I'd recommend checking it out, but the clues, the darkness, David Fincher, if you don't know him, indie director, he's pretty underrated. I actually can name his whole filmography from memory. Alien 3, Seven, The Game, Fight Club, Panic Room, Zodiac, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, a weird one, objectively, for this guy, but, he's got range. Social Network, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, 2011, great movie. Gone Girl, and Mank. This is a storied indie director, all right? And I think Matt Reeves pulled a lot of influence from some of his indie gems. This movie feels a lot like Seven in all of the best ways. Because I figured out the killer in Seven, too. I figured it out, just how I did with the Riddler in this movie. I figured out that he was a bad guy. When I was watching Seven, I was like, this isn't a good guy. This is the bad guy, and I'm going to guess that this is the movie's villain. And I got it right on. And I was this is at the age of 2. I knew it. I was like, Mama, bad man. And she was like, don't ever call me Mom again. It started a precedent of a very bad, unhealthy relationship. But that's how it started. That's how how I knew what I was made for detective work and defending cinema on Reddit. r/movies. Who played the Penguin? That's the only thing I haven't figured out yet. Who played the Penguin? Where's the Penguin? Where's the actor? I can't tell who the actor is. Originally I was like, is this James Gandolfini? Sopranos. No, it's not. He's dead. So who is this? They did a phenomenal job, whoever they are. I've never seen that actor before. And I think it was clever that they wrote that it was Colin Farrell in the credits. Because in some ways, that's its own mystery, That's not Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell is a handsome, beautiful, beautiful man. Sometimes he comes to me in my dreams. And he lingers there. And in his beautiful Irish accent, he's like, top of the morning, Noah. Great to see you. And I'm like, I'm vengeance. But stay. And he does. I know people are going to want me to get into this next section a little bit. I know what they want. It's not enough to just have a great standalone film with a baddie like Zoë Kravitz in it, with an absolute hunk like Robert Pattinson bodying the role. And yes, Commissioner Gord and Jeffrey Wright was great. But I know what everyone wants to know. Vengeance. What did you think of Barry? I'm not even trying to say his last name. Barry Kay's Joker. I don't want to be negative. Because what we learn at the end of the movie is we need hope. We need to be something more. And I love the Joker character as just the idea of the character. I love it. Dark Knight, Heath Ledger. Arthur Fleck in the Joker. I love these performances. But I think we've hit maximum Joker. I didn't think we could. I think it was possible. But we have too many Jokers. Too many running around on screens. That scene made me think that the studio mandated it. Told Matt Reeves, you have to have a Joker in this movie at some point. I think that was coming from the WB brass. Because they saw this movie, and they said this is too daring, too inventive, too original. We gotta add a Joker in there. And that's what they did. Part of me thinks they're doing a Joker too. Into the Jokerverse. Like an all-Joker team-up. It's gonna be one jam-packed Joker film. I will pay to see it, but I don't know if I necessarily approve. And finally, people are gonna ask me. They're gonna be like, Noah, this movie seems to have a real impact on you. Where does this rank with the other Batman movies? Nothing can touch the Nolan trilogy. Did that shock you? Did that surprise you? Did it depress you? Redditors, to know that nothing can touch the Nolan trilogy. If you thought that I was going to say this is better than the Nolan trilogy, you're dead wrong. This is placed right below the Nolan trilogy. Everything below that is trash. Nolan trilogy, the Batman. And you know what? The fact that this movie can even be said in the same breath as the Dark Knight trilogy, that's the highest damn praise in the world. Overall, it is a damn good movie. I really recommend seeing this 7 times, for which the movie is inspired by. Go see this movie and join me in the quest for internet vengeance. As always, I've been your host, Vengeance. Be sure to follow us down below. Give us a like and subscribe. But then check us out on TikTok and Instagram. Have a good one. Zoe, if you're watching this, you know where to find me. Outside your house. Something